finding me. And that's exactly why I needed Alice to live. She was the only one at the end of the day who truly cared for me, and I knew who would be there once this sickness really began to take over my body. Knowing all this, I felt so bad and guilty, knowing that just yesterday she expressed how she was more worried about me and concerned that her new love life would distract her from our friendship. A long, cold tear dripped my eye, and once again found myself fighting back the urge to break down and cry. This is just so messed up. Mama was so happy. This was the happiest I ever seen her in years. This is just so fucked up. I'm mad as hell right now. Like I just want to hurt somebody. Sade sobbed. Oh God. He said, cancer? We're gonna fuck cancer up. Fuck cancer. Oh Lord. It's gonna look 824 on the budget is crazy. I'm mad too, but we gotta be thankful. At least she's alive right now. We don't know what's gonna happen, but we just gotta pray that the doctors have some good news for us. I told her I truly felt bad for Sade. She was exceptionally close to her. Sade was a bit on the ratchet side and lived in some housing projects over there in Bronzeville, but once a cute girl, but life seemed to have gotten the best of her lately. Although she was a hairdresser, her hair was an actual mess. She had a patchy short afro, the darkest circles were painted around her jaundiced eyes, her mouth was filled with a few rotten crooked teeth. She had a tooth missing here and there in so many ways. She took on Alice's weak nature and let men run all over her. In fact, with all the stories Alice used to tell me, seemed like Sade was like Alice on steroids, you know? Like, they say the leaf don't fall far from the tree. Well, shit, in Sade's case, the leaf was still on the motherfucking tree. Shaking her head and wiping her face free of tears, Sade took a long drag from her cigarette and then tossed it into a light blanket of snow on the sidewalk. I'm gonna go back inside. Thank you, Miss Vernetta, for being there for Mama. You know you her number one road dog, she said, cracking a faint smile. Alice, my girl, I gotta be there for her no matter what, I said, smiling right back at her. I tossed the half-smoked cigarette into the snow, then trailed Sade back into the hospital and to the ICU. Making our way past the nurse's station from afar, I had noticed a few more folks were standing around Alice's room. This must have been Alice's people, and word was probably spreading quickly that she was in the ICU. Wow, this hospital sure did have a very relaxed visitors policy, although were these Alice kinfolk? I didn't like the slight of this at all. She didn't need all these damn people up in her room like this. Damn, they just gonna let everybody come up in here and visit her? I grunted to myself. Sade heard what I said and then looked back at me saying with wide eyes, I don't know who any of these people are. We got closer and then Sade said, excuse me, who is y'all? Oh, we are Mr. Hawkins' security. Sorry for the disturbance, but we got clearance from the nurses that we could be here. Sade looked back at me and then looked back at the two fellows standing near the door. Security? Why Lamar got security? And one of the men who was this tall chocolate fellow scrunched his eyebrows and said, because, he needs security? Who in the hell was this Lamar figure? I was so thoroughly confused. Damn, I kind of like the idea that Mr. Lamar had some money, but security? I threw a nervous gawk at the gentleman and strode into the room. But baby, I swear once I entered the room, I almost had a heart attack my damn self. Once my eyes set onto Lamar, I realized God was really playing a big ass joke on me. I had to blink twice just to make sure this who I thought it was. But it surely was him. By that shiny bald head and goatee of his, I knew that this was Mr. Lamar. Knew him pretty well, actually. I fucked this nigga. Yes, child. I was bouncing all over his... No rubber either. I met Lamar some years back when I went on this month-long Caribbean cruise. I was so ashamed to admit this at this very moment, but baby, he was some good vacation dick too. Lamar was sitting next to Alice's bedside holding her hand, and he hadn't noticed me yet. With the millions of butterflies filling my stomach, I quickly tried to dash back out the room because I didn't want him to recognize me. immense guilt once again filled me, and I didn't know how to navigate the hell out of this crazy, precarious situation. Lord, 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 why were you doing this to me? I suddenly thought to myself as I dashed out the room and zipped down the quiet ICU hallways. I had to get to a bathroom immediately because I was gonna vomit all over the place. I had fucked my best friend's fiance. Scrambling near the elevators, I asked someone who looked like a nurse where the closest bathroom was, and once they pointed me to the direction, I took off running and dashed inside. I found the closest stall, locked in, and began to puke all over the place. I barely had anything in my stomach, but what I did have came all the way up. The walls felt like they were closing in and my chest tightens. My eyes were gonna she said my ass was gonna die tonight. I heard the doors of the bathroom whoosh open. Miss Vernetta, is everything alright? That had to be Sade. She must have noticed I zipped out the room like a track and field athlete. Yeah, I stammered. I'm fine. Just these meds got me a bit nauseous. I should have probably never smoked that cigarette. I lied. Okay, well, just let me know if you need me to get the nurse, she said. I will. Then I heard her leave the bathroom. I plopped myself up off the floor of the stall and exited out, making my way over to the closest sink. I splashed some water on my face just to make sure this was all still real. Wow, wow, wow. I fucked my best friend's man. Now, how in the world was I going to explain this to her? The more I thought about it, the more it dawned upon me that Lamar was rolling in some big money. Staring in the mirror, I tried my hardest to remember what he told me did when we met on the cruise, but my memory was so short by now. I think he told me he did something in real estate or construction. However, my mind kept shooting back blanks. I had it in me just to dip out of the hospital and take my trifling ass back home, but if I did that, everyone would be concerned. Besides, if and when Alice woke up from a coma, I was eventually going to have to reconnect with Lamar. How in the world was I ever going to explain this to Alice? Bro, that's so fucking dramatic. Like, I can't believe that this story just keep getting worse. Hey y'all, welcome if you just not coming in. Yes, we were reading Old Thought Next Door by the one and only Quan Mills. We haven't read this book in a while. We just got through 2 chapters today, so we're getting close to being halfway done. We'll probably do like a reading like once a week, start off there. I'll read like 2 chapters, and yeah, I love you guys. Donate a goddamn $1 to me building my new PC. Make sure you are in the Suki Nation on Twitter, okay? If y'all active on Twitter, come to Twitter. If y'all active in the Discord, come on down to Suki Town. Can somebody put the Discord link? So I'm probably gonna stream a movie for you guys tonight. I'm gonna have everybody vote and probably do like 1 or 2 movies as I like work on stuff over here. And yeah, I want to say I love you guys and thank you for hanging out. I know it's a little late and I said I was streaming like way earlier, kinda. We're probably gonna be back tomorrow. We're gonna see. I have a couple things to do in the day, but maybe I could come before it gets like too late. Okay, Mr. Rivers. I need to just keep my glasses on. Okay. No ads for you, baby. Let's get it. I love you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna be posting way more in the Suki Nation, and me and the mods are gonna figure out how we should do this giveaway, cause like I want everybody to have like an equal chance and opportunity. Like I have so much stuff that I brought back from Japan. It's incredibly cheap out there, and like my mom like bought most of it anyways. Like I don't know, Japanese are just very giving people, and yeah, once we figure out how we're gonna do the giveaway, I'll start showing you guys what you can win. And yeah, I think tomorrow if I do stream, I'll probably show y'all some of my art. I haven't posted anything that I've made really like on my Twitter or anything. I don't know if I want to, just because like I haven't posted my art in a really long time. So like if you guys want to like actually just like see my art and just things that I like, I have a Takusan page. I'll post it on Twitter and in the Discord so y'all could just see what I'm up to. But I love you. Matane. Jane. And once I get a new PC, we'll be able to play games, okay? But for now, we doing games in the Discord. Aishiteru.